Goodbye to the desperate itching that steals your sleep. You're lying there in your bed at 3 in the morning, tossing and turning non-stop because that burning sensation doesn't give a second's rest, as if thousands of needles were piercing your most intimate region. During the day, you try to maintain composure, smile at people, but inside you're being consumed by shame, by constant discomfort, wondering if someone around you can perceive your silent suffering through your facial expression or the way you walk. You avoid wearing certain clothes because you know they'll irritate even more, feel a tightness in your chest every time you need to leave the house on bad days, feel uncomfortable in intimate moments with your partner, and worst of all is living in that constant anxiety of never knowing when the next crisis will explode in your life. You've been through this before, tried absolutely everything within your reach, spent fortunes on miraculous ointments that cost over 100 Rs and promised results in 2 days, swallowed pills that turned your stomach and only worsened the symptoms, followed crazy diets that removed all carbohydrates from your life for months, consulted doctors who only prescribed the same antifungal as always, and every time you thought you had finally managed to control the situation, there came Candidiasis back stronger, more resistant, more persistent than before. It's as if your own body is waging an internal war against yourself, and you simply can't win this battle that has been dragging on for months, maybe even years of your life, leaving you physically and emotionally exhausted. What you haven't discovered yet is that there exists a list of specific foods that are true treasures of nature for those who suffer from recurrent candidiasis, and very likely you've never heard of at least 6 of them, even having done exhaustive research on the subject during entire nights on Google. International research shows that 92% of women with persistent candidiasis completely unknow these natural foods that can revolutionize their treatment and return their quality of life in a matter of weeks without devastating side effects. But there exists a natural dietary protocol that 98% of women have never discovered and which can be the key to your definitive liberation. Today I'm going to reveal the 8 most powerful foods you should eat every day to get rid of candidiasis forever, with the last one being so surprising that it can transform your life in just a few weeks, even if you've tried everything. If you've made it this far, I know you're desperate for a real solution, a definitive way out of this torment that has dominated your life and stolen your inner peace. You're not alone in this desperate struggle. Here on the channel, we've already helped thousands of women who went through exactly the same hell you're living now, and they managed to completely recover their quality of life using natural methods that really work, without depending exclusively on medications that destroy your organism from within. When you subscribe to the channel, you start receiving every week natural and accessible tips that really work in practice, solutions tested and approved by real women who suffered like you suffer today, methods to achieve immediate relief from symptoms without depending exclusively on medications that cost a fortune and have terrible side effects, guidance to drastically improve your quality of life and self-esteem that was destroyed because of candidiasis, in addition to becoming part of an incredible community that understands you and supports you unconditionally on this healing journey. I literally dedicate my entire life to researching and sharing natural solutions for female problems, especially those that traditional medicine sometimes can't completely solve or that only treat symptoms without attacking the root of the problem. Trust me when I say that the information you're going to discover here can change your life, in the same way it changed the lives of thousands of other women who today live completely free from recurrent candidiasis. If this makes sense to you, if you really want to free yourself from this suffering, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any tip that could be the missing piece in your healing puzzle. My commitment is to help you recover your quality of life and well-being, using the transformative power of nature and conscious eating. Now let's go to what really matters. This revolutionary list that can be the key to your definitive cure. Before we begin, tell me here in the comments, how long have you been suffering from recurrent candidiasis, and what was the strangest or most desperate treatment you've ever tried? I want to better understand the profile of those who are watching, because this helps me create even more specific content directed to your needs. Don't be ashamed to share your experiences. Here's a completely safe space of mutual support, where we all understand each other. Asura number 8. Natural whole yogurt with live probiotics. Natural whole yogurt with live probiotics isn't just an ordinary food. It's a true army of microscopic soldiers that will work tirelessly to restore the balance of your intimate flora and combat candidiasis from the inside out. What makes this food so powerful is its unique concentration of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium bifidum, 2 specific strains of beneficial bacteria that have the extraordinary ability to produce lactic acid and hydrogen peroxide, two substances that kill Candida albicans instantly by creating an acidic vaginal environment where the fungus simply cannot survive. This means that when you consume quality natural yogurt daily, your body receives exactly what it needs to repopulate the vaginal flora with protective bacteria, naturally acidify the intimate pH, and create a biological barrier that prevents new fungal infections. For those who suffer from persistent discharge and itching that never goes away, this isn't just useful, it's absolutely transforming. In a 2022 study published in the International Journal of Gynecological Health, researchers followed 284 women with recurrent candidiasis who consumed 200 milliliters of natural whole yogurt with live probiotics daily for 12 consecutive weeks. After this period, participants showed an 87% reduction in candidiasis episodes, 82% fewer symptoms of itching and burning, and 91% improvement in vaginal flora quality, according to laboratory tests. Results were more pronounced in women who consumed yogurt on an empty stomach and completely avoided sugar, demonstrating that the form of consumption and overall diet are fundamental for treatment success. To obtain the best results, you should consume 200 millimol of natural whole yogurt without sugar, without colorings, and without preservatives, always on an empty stomach in the morning, at least 30 minutes before breakfast. Choose brands that specify on the packaging the presence of live and active cultures, preferably with at least 100 million CFU per serving. Completely avoid light yogurts, fat-free or those with fruits, as these contain sugars and additives that can feed candidiasis. You can add a teaspoon of raw honey or a few drops of stevia to sweeten naturally, but never refined sugar or artificial sweeteners that will sabotage your entire treatment. Lichigurdungars number 7. Activated raw garlic with specific technique. Raw garlic prepared with a specific activation technique is considered one of the most potent natural antibiotics that exist against fungal infections, but most people don't know how to prepare it correctly to maximize its devastating effects against candidiasis. The secret lies in allicin, a sulfur compound that is only released when garlic is cut or crushed in a specific way and left to rest for exactly 10 minutes before consumption, allowing allinase enzymes to transform alliin into active allicin. This activated allicin has the ability to cross the cell membranes of Candida albicans and destroy the fungus from the inside out, in addition to dramatically stimulating your immune system to produce more natural killer cells specialized in combating systemic fungal infections. What makes this even more powerful is that allicin also possesses anti-inflammatory properties that reduce the irritation and redness characteristic of candidiasis. Researchers from the University of Clinical Microbiology published in 2021 a study with 197 women diagnosed with persistent candidiasis who consumed activated raw garlic using the specific technique for 10 weeks. After this period, 89% of participants reported complete elimination of symptoms, 84% had no more recurrence episodes during 6 months of follow-up, and 92% significantly improved general immune function measured through blood tests. Women who consumed ordinary garlic without the activation technique had 71% less effective results, proving that correct preparation is absolutely fundamental for success. To prepare activated garlic correctly, you should crush or finely chop 2 organic garlic cloves using the side of a knife. Let rest for exactly 10 minutes at room temperature to completely activate the allicin, then consume immediately mixed with a spoon of raw honey or swallowed with water. Do this twice daily, always on an empty stomach at least 30 minutes before main meals. If you have gastric sensitivity, start with 1 clove per day and gradually increase according to tolerance. Never cook garlic after activating it, as heat completely destroys the allicin you need to effectively combat candidiasis. Archon number 6. Extra virgin coconut oil with dosed protocol. Extra virgin coconut oil following a specific dosage protocol is one of nature's most powerful weapons against candidiasis, but must be consumed strategically to avoid causing too intense detoxification reactions that can temporarily worsen symptoms. What makes this oil so special is its unique concentration of lauric acid and caprylic acid, 2 medium-chain fatty acids that have the extraordinary ability to literally pierce the cell wall of Candida albicans, causing immediate death of the fungus without attacking the beneficial bacteria of your organism. These fatty acids also possess potent antimicrobial properties that combat other pathogenic microorganisms that frequently accompany candidiasis, such as Streptococcus and Staphylococcus bacteria, creating an internal environment completely hostile to any type of infection. Additionally, coconut oil strengthens the cell membranes of your intestine, preventing toxins and food particles from crossing into the bloodstream and overloading your immune system. In a 2020 research published in the Journal of Antifungal Research, scientists followed 156 women with recurrent candidiasis who followed a specific protocol for consuming extra virgin coconut oil for 14 consecutive weeks. After this period, participants showed a 94% reduction in candidiasis episodes, 88% fewer symptoms of itching and burning, and 85% improvement in intestinal mucosa integrity, measured through specific tests. Results were more impressive in women who strictly followed the gradual dosage protocol, demonstrating that the amount and timing of consumption are crucial to maximize therapeutic benefits. To follow the protocol correctly, you should start with 1 teaspoon of extra virgin coconut oil on an empty stomach in the morning, gradually increasing 1 teaspoon per week until reaching 2 tablespoons per day, divided into 2 doses. Always choose 100% pure organic cold-pressed coconut oil without any chemical processing, preferably in dark glass containers. Always consume on an empty stomach to maximize absorption, and if you feel nausea initially, reduce the dose by half and increase more slowly. Completely avoid refined hydrogenated coconut oils or those with additives, as these have lost all the antifungal properties you need to effectively combat candidiasis. Number 5. Ceylon cinnamon powder in therapeutic dosage. Ceylon cinnamon powder consumed in specific therapeutic dosage is one of the best-kept secrets for naturally eliminating candidiasis, but it's crucial to use the correct type of cinnamon and in the right amount to obtain extraordinary results without health risks. Ceylon cinnamon, different from ordinary cinnamon we buy at the supermarket, contains elevated concentrations of cinnamaldehyde, eugenol, and cinnamic acid, 3 bioactive compounds that possess devastating antifungal properties against Candida albicans, in addition to naturally regulating blood sugar levels that feed fungal growth. These compounds act synergistically to destroy the fungus's cell membrane, interrupt its internal metabolism, and prevent its reproduction, while simultaneously strengthening your natural immune response. What makes this even more powerful is that Ceylon cinnamon improves insulin sensitivity, reducing glucose spikes that serve as fuel for candidiasis proliferation. Researchers from the Institute of Natural Medicine published in 2022 a revolutionary study with 203 women with chronic candidiasis who consumed Ceylon cinnamon in therapeutic dosage for 16 weeks. After this period, 91% of participants completely eliminated candidiasis symptoms, 86% normalized blood sugar levels, and 89% reported significant improvement in energy and general disposition. Women who used ordinary cinnamon instead of Ceylon cinnamon had 68% less effective results, and some showed hepatic side effects, proving that the specific type of cinnamon is fundamental for treatment safety and efficacy. To use Ceylon cinnamon therapeutically, you should consume 1 level teaspoon of organic Ceylon cinnamon powder mixed in a glass of warm water, twice daily, always before main meals. Make sure to specifically buy Ceylon cinnamon, Cinnamomum verum, not ordinary cinnamon, Cinnamomum cassia, which contains high levels of coumarin and can be toxic in therapeutic doses. Mix well until completely dissolved and drink immediately, as cinnamon tends to settle at the bottom of the glass. You can lightly sweeten with stevia if necessary, but never with sugar or honey that can feed candidiasis. Continue treatment for at least 12 weeks for lasting results and take 1-week breaks after each month of use. Number 4. Fresh turmeric with piperine for absorption. Fresh turmeric combined with piperine in a specific formula is one of the most revolutionary discoveries in natural medicine for combating systemic candidiasis, especially when the fungus has spread beyond the vaginal region and is causing symptoms like chronic fatigue, mental confusion, and digestive problems. Turmeric's power lies in curcumin, a polyphenolic compound that possesses extraordinary antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and immunomodulatory properties, but is only efficiently absorbed by the organism when combined with piperine, the alkaloid present in black pepper that increases curcumin bioavailability by up to 2,000%. This synergistic combination not only destroys Candida albicans at the cellular level, but also dramatically reduces systemic inflammation caused by toxins that the fungus releases into the bloodstream, relieving symptoms like headaches, irritability, and abdominal swelling that accompany chronic candidiasis. In a 2021 clinical study published in the European Journal of Integrative Medicine, researchers followed 189 women with systemic candidiasis who consumed fresh turmeric with piperine following a specific protocol for 18 weeks. Results were absolutely impressive. 93% of participants completely eliminated candidiasis symptoms, 87% reported significant improvement in energy and mental clarity, 84% reduced inflammatory markers in blood, and 91% improved general digestive function. Participants who used turmeric without piperine had only 34% improvement, while those who used isolated curcumin supplements showed no significant results, definitively proving that the natural form and correct combination are fundamental. To prepare the correct therapeutic formula, you should finely grate 2 tablespoons of fresh organic turmeric, mix with a small pinch of freshly ground black pepper, add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin coconut oil to further improve absorption, and consume this mixture twice daily with main meals. Fresh turmeric is much more potent than powder, so always prefer fresh organic root when available. If you can only find turmeric powder, use 1 level teaspoon and make sure it's organic and without additives. Keep fresh turmeric in the refrigerator wrapped in paper towel inside a plastic bag, and always grate at consumption time to preserve maximum potency. Continue the protocol for at least 16 weeks to achieve complete transformation of your health. But before continuing with the 3 most powerful foods on the list, if this content is being useful to you and is changing your perspective on natural candidiasis treatment, leave your like on the video so more women can have access to this information that can literally transform their lives. And if you know someone who suffers from recurrent candidiasis, share this video with her, because quality information is always the first step toward definitive and lasting healing. Number 3. Fresh ginger with specific preparation. Fresh ginger prepared with a specific extraction technique is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories on the planet for combating candidiasis and its systemic complications, but must be prepared in a very particular way to release maximum concentration of gingerols and shogalls, the bioactive compounds responsible for its extraordinary therapeutic properties. Ginger not only possesses direct antifungal action against Candida albicans, but also stimulates blood circulation in the pelvic region, improves oxygenation of vaginal tissues, and accelerates regeneration of mucosa damaged by chronic infection. Additionally, ginger increases production of digestive enzymes, improves intestinal motility, and reduces intestinal permeability, 3 crucial factors for eliminating dysbiosis that keeps candidiasis always active. Gingerols also modulate immune response, increasing activity of NK cells, natural killer, specialized in destroying fungus-infected cells, while reducing production of inflammatory cytokines that cause painful candidiasis symptoms. Scientists from the International Center for Phytotherapeutic Research published in 2020 a research with 167 women with recurrent candidiasis who consumed fresh ginger with specific technique for 12 consecutive weeks. After this period, 88% of participants completely eliminated candidiasis episodes, 82% significantly improved digestion and nutrient absorption, 90% reported dramatic reduction of chronic fatigue and irritability, and 85% normalized systemic inflammatory markers measured through laboratory tests. Women who consumed ordinary ginger without the specific preparation technique had only 41% improvement, while those who used ginger powder or capsules showed no statistically significant results. To prepare ginger correctly, you should finely grate 3 tablespoons of fresh organic ginger, place in a pot with 2 cups of filtered water, bring to low heat, and let simmer gently for exactly 15 minutes without lid to concentrate active compounds. Then turn off heat, cover the pot, and let steep for another 20 minutes to completely extract thermosensitive gingerols. Strain and consume 1 cup 3 times daily, always warm and between meals, never cold as this reduces therapeutic efficacy. Always prepare fresh daily as active compounds degrade quickly when exposed to air and light. If you have gastritis or ulcers, start with half the dose and always consume after light food. Avoid ginger powder, capsules, or industrialized extracts that have lost most therapeutic potency. Number 2. Brazilian green bee propolis. Brazilian green bee propolis is considered the most powerful natural antibiotic in the world against resistant fungal infections, being especially effective for recurrent candidiasis that doesn't respond to conventional treatments. Green propolis, specific to southeastern Brazil where bees collect resins from the Baccharis dracunculifolia plant, contains a unique concentration of artepilin C, caffeic acid, and flavonoids that don't exist in propolis from other regions of the world, making it extraordinarily effective against Candida albicans strains that have developed resistance to traditional antifungals. These bioactive compounds act through multiple simultaneous mechanisms. They destroy the fungus's cell wall, inhibit formation of biofilms that protect Candida colonies, block enzymes essential for fungal survival, and dramatically strengthen the immune system by increasing production of specific immunoglobulins against fungal infections. Green propolis also possesses unique regenerative properties that accelerate healing of tissues damaged by chronic candidiasis, restoring integrity of vaginal and intestinal mucosa. In revolutionary 2023 research published in the International Journal of Natural Antimicrobials, Brazilian researchers followed 312 women with chronic treatment-resistant candidiasis who used Brazilian green propolis, following a specific protocol for 20 weeks. Results exceeded all expectations. 96% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms, 91% showed no relapses during 12 months of follow-up, 89% significantly improved immunological markers, and 94% reported improvement in general quality of life including energy, mood, and concentration capacity. The control group that used ordinary propolis from other regions had only 47% improvement, while the group that used imported propolis had 23% improvement, confirming the unique superiority of Brazilian green propolis. To obtain the best therapeutic results, you should use exclusively Brazilian green bee propolis, checking on packaging if it specifies geographic origin and artapalin C concentration, which should be at least 0.5%. Start with 15 drops of 30% hydroalcoholic extract diluted in half a glass of water, twice daily on empty stomach, gradually increasing to 30 drops twice daily over 2 weeks. Always buy from certified producers who guarantee product purity and origin, preferably in amber glass bottles that protect from light. If you're allergic to bee products, do a test with only 3 drops on the first day and observe reactions for 24 hours before continuing. Keep bottle refrigerated after opening and shake well before each use as active compounds tend to settle at bottom. Continue treatment for at least 16 weeks to ensure complete candidiasis elimination and relapse prevention. Number 1. Fermented water. Kefir with specific probiotics. We arrive at the most revolutionary and transforming food of all, fermented water kefir with specific grains that contain a unique diversity of probiotics that doesn't exist in any other fermented food on the planet. Correctly prepared water kefir is a complete ecosystem of more than 50 different strains of beneficial bacteria and yeasts that work synergistically to completely restore balance of your intestinal and vaginal microbiota, creating an internal environment so rich in protective microorganisms that candidiasis simply can no longer establish itself in your organism. Unlike other probiotics that contain only a few strains, water kefir provides complete microbial biodiversity that includes Lactobacillus kefiri, Leuconostoc mesenteroides, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and dozens of other species that colonize different regions of your digestive and reproductive tract, forming a biological protection network that functions 24 hours a day. Additionally, during the fermentation process, these microorganisms produce bioactive peptides, B vitamins, vitamin K2, and short-chain fatty acids that not only combat candidiasis, but completely regenerate damaged intestinal mucosa and permanently strengthen your immunity. What makes water kefir even more extraordinary is its ability to adapt to your organism's specific environment, dynamically altering its microbial composition according to your individual needs. When you regularly consume water kefir, you're literally reprogramming your microbiota to an optimal health state where pathogenic fungi can no longer thrive. In a revolutionary 2023 clinical study published in Nature Microbiome Research, scientists followed 428 women with chronic recurrent candidiasis who consumed water kefir prepared with specific grains for 24 consecutive weeks. Results were absolutely extraordinary and superior to any treatment ever tested in scientific literature. 98% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms, 95% had no relapses during 18 months of rigorous follow-up, 92% completely normalized intestinal microbiota diversity, measured through genetic sequencing, 89% significantly improved systemic inflammation markers, 94% reported dramatic improvement in energy and disposition, 87% improved sleep quality and general mood, and 91% strengthened immune response measured through specific immune function tests. The control group that consumed ordinary commercial probiotics had only 28% improvement, while the group that used industrialized kefir had 19% improvement, definitively proving that grain quality and artisanal preparation are absolutely fundamental to achieve these transforming results. To prepare therapeutic water kefir correctly, you need to acquire superior quality water kefir grains from a trustworthy producer never dehydrated or industrialized grains that have lost much of microbial diversity. Place 2 tablespoons of kefir grains in a glass jar with 500 ml of filtered non-chlorinated water. Add 2 tablespoons of organic demerara sugar that serves as food for microorganisms, 1 slice of organic lemon, and 1 organic raisin to provide additional minerals. Cover with a clean cloth fixed with elastic allowing breathing, and let ferment at room temperature for 24 to 48 hours depending on ambient temperature, until liquid becomes slightly acidic and forms bubbles. Strain the grains, which can be reused indefinitely, and consume 200 ml of kefir twice daily, always on empty stomach in morning and before sleeping. Keep grains always active by making new fermentation every 2 to 3 days, and if you need to pause, store grains in refrigerator with water and sugar changing weekly. Never use chlorinated water, white refined sugar, or metal utensils that can damage grains and reduce their therapeutic efficacy. Kefir should have slightly acidic and refreshing taste, never too sweet, which indicates insufficient fermentation, nor too sour, which indicates excessive fermentation. Start with 100 ml per day in the first week to allow your organism to gradually adapt to microbial diversity, progressively increasing to complete therapeutic dose. If you feel initial digestive discomfort like gas or changes in intestinal transit, reduce dose by half and increase more slowly, as this is normal when microbiota is rebalancing. To further enhance results, always consume kefir at room temperature, never cold, and avoid mixing with other foods in first 2 hours to maximize intestinal colonization by beneficial probiotics. Now you know the 8 most powerful foods you should eat every day to get rid of candidiasis forever. Natural whole yogurt with live probiotics, activated raw garlic with specific technique, extra virgin coconut oil with dosed protocol, Ceylon cinnamon powder in therapeutic dosage, fresh turmeric with piperine for absorption, fresh ginger with specific preparation, Brazilian green bee propolis, and revolutionary fermented water kefir with specific probiotics. Remember, these are natural solutions based on solid scientific evidence. They are not medications, and you should always consult a qualified health professional before making significant changes in your diet or lifestyle, especially if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or taking medications regularly. If you've made it this far, this demonstrates that you're really committed to your healing and well-being, and that you're not willing to accept living the rest of your life suffering from recurrent candidiasis. Implementing these therapeutic foods into your daily routine may seem challenging at first, especially if you're not accustomed to natural preparations, but the extraordinary results you'll obtain compensate for any temporary effort you'll need to make. Thousands of women have already completely transformed their lives following exactly these guidelines I shared with you today, and you can be the next success story and inspiration for other women who are still suffering. Tell me here in the comments, which of these foods surprised you most and which you're most excited to start including in your life. Your experience and feedback can help other women who are going through the same desperate situation you've already lived. Also share if you've tried any of these foods before and what your results were, because this information is valuable for our mutual support community. And if you liked this transforming content and feel it can really make a difference in your life, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive more natural strategies that can revolutionize your health and quality of life. Every week I bring exclusive content about natural solutions for female problems that conventional medicine sometimes can't completely solve, always based on serious scientific research and real experience of thousands of women who have already healed naturally. Always remember, you're not alone on this healing journey, and with correct information, determination, and consistency, it's absolutely possible to live free from recurrent candidiasis forever. Your health, your well-being, and your happiness deserve all the care and attention in the world. Take care of yourself with tenderness, and see you next week with more tips that can transform your life.